Hello everyone, this is Melek. I'm going to talk about data structures today. Data structures are the basic building blocks for organizing and storing data so that they can be accessed and worked efficiently. Data structures divided into two groups, linear and nonlinear data structures used in the following areas. So first of all, linear data structure models include array, linked list, stack, and queue. So array is a sequential arrangement of data elements paired with the index of the data element. Secondly, linked list. Each data element contains a link to another element along with the data present in it. Third one, stack. It's the data structure which flows only to specific order of operation. Last in first out and first in last out. Fourth one, queue is similar to stack, but the order of operations is only first in, first out. So the last one, matrix, it is two-dimensional data structure in which the data element is referred to by a pair of indices. On the other hand, nonlinear data structure models includes binary tree, heap, hash table, and graph. Binary tree is a data structure where each data element can be connected to maximum two other data elements and it starts with a root node. Second one, heap, is a special case of tree data structure where the data in the parent node is either strictly greater than or equal to the child nodes or strictly less than its child nodes. Third one, hash table. It's a data structure which is made of arrays associated with each other using a hash function. It retrieves values using keys rather than index from a data element. Last one, graph. It's an arrangement of vertices and nodes where some of the nodes are connected to each other through links. I talk about the data structures in general, so they divided into linear and nonlinear, but today I'm going to show the examples in Python. So Python has specific data structure itself. So I'm going to talk about specific Python data structures and how to implement them, and I'm going to show the examples about these structures. So Python has specific data structures. These data structures are specific to Python language and they give great flexibility in storing different types of data and faster processing in Python environment. Python data structures include list, tuple, dictionary, and sets. So first of all, lists. Lists are mutable, ordered series, traditional of the same type of object. So advantages of the lists, they are mutable and ordered, easy to understand, and relatively efficient memory usage. So in Python, to create list, we use square brackets. So I'm going to show an example. Let's create a list in Python. For example, my list equals, we use square brackets, 1, 2, 3. This is our list, and we say print my list. This is an integer list. We used integers, but for example, we can include both integers, floats, and even strings we can use. For example, let's create my list 2 equals, so we use again square brackets, 1, 2, and we add here an integer. Let's add here an string, which is apple and tree. Let's print the list. We can add to the list using this one. For example, I want to add to my list and another value, so I use dot append. So here, as you can see, when we print out, when we run our code, we see my first written mylist includes 1, 2, 3, and second one 1, 2, apple string and 3. And in this in the last code, I wanted to add a value to my list, which is 4. So I use that append to my list. So it added 4 to my first list here, as you can see. And we can remove, for example, in my list second, let's remove apple. We can remove, we can add, and there is another code we can benefit for our data. For example, in the my list, we can remove in this way. So we have 4 values right now, and I wanted to remove. So with the pop code, we specify the number of that value, which is -3, so it will delete the last value in my list. So since I have 4 values, so it will delete the third one. Let's see, and we can run. As you can see here, we added 4 to my list, and we deleted the apple from our my list 2 here, so we only have 1, 2, and 3 right now. And writing here, so we can write here -1, which is it will delete the last value in my list. We can write in reverse our lists. For example, let's see here, I want to my second list reverse, and for example, let's add to my list so we can reverse the list. So we can reverse my list second. So let's see, when we reverse the list, it's begin from the last one, 3, 2, 1. This example is for list structure of the list in Python. So we can add, delete, and reverse the data from our list. We create the list and we manipulate it in these ways. And we can use integers, floats, and string. It's all included in the list. So let's talk about the tuple. Tuples are similar to lists, but they are immutable, which means the values in a tuple cannot be modified, they can only be read. Tuples are immutable, ordered series tradition containing different objects. Advantages of tuples: they are immutable and ordered, relatively efficient memory usage. Actually, it's more than lists. And disadvantages of tuples: they're hard to understand for many Python newcomers. We can say in tuple we don't use square brackets. We basically just writing the elements. So let's create my tuple equals to 1, 2, 3. So this is our tuple. We can also create strings, but we use here parentheses. A parenthesis A, B, and C. For example, this is our my tuple second, let's say. So we can we can manipulate the elements from the tuple. So we can just read, and when we print, we see our elements here, my tuple and my tuple second. So let's talk about dictionaries. The dictionary contains key value pairs as its data elements. So dictionaries are mutable, unordered pairs, keys and values of objects. Keys must be hashable. Advantages of dictionaries: they are searching for keys, make it easy to create trees and other hierarchical data structures, can be used to create self-documenting code. Many problems can be described in terms of key-value pairs. And disadvantages for dictionaries can be it's only lookup for key, uses more memory than list and tuples, and keys must be hashable. So let's create a dictionary in Python. This is our dictionary. We can use both. We are going to use both string and integer here. For example, Dave first, Julia second, and John third. And John third, so we create our basic dictionary here. We created our dictionary and we can manipulate our dictionary right now. For example, we are using del and we wanted to delete we use square brackets, and for example we want to delete Dave here, and when we basically write my dictionary, it shows our dictionary right now, and we print out our dictionary. Let's run and see. Now we delete Dave and we have only Julia and John in our dictionary. And when we want to see the value of the elements, for example, we want to see the value of Julia. And when we run, when we print, and this way we only see the Julia's key, and Julia's key is second 2 here. We can see the length of our dictionary, and we can see the keys and values. And values. And when we want to print out our dictionary's keys and values, we see here our dictionary keys, actually Julia and John, and our values 2 and 3. So lastly, I'm going to talk about sets. Sets are mutable, unordered, and unique objects. Elements must be hashable again here. Advantages of the sets: they have lots of useful methods. I'm going to show you some of them. And there is also disadvantage. There are disadvantages and being not ordered and disadvantages of the sets: they are not ordered and elements must be hashable, can be counted the disadvantages of sets. So let's create sets. Let's create my sets. We create a set includes elements 1, 2, and 3. And this is our set. And let's create another set here. For example, cookie. And this is going to my set second. And when we want to print out our my set second, we see that when cookie has 2 O's, our set just show us 1 O here. So for the cookie set, we have O, A, C, I, K. And let's create another set for the one. Let's say cake and Coke. And when we see here, we have key A, I, C, N, O. So for our sets, we can also print. So we can, from my set second, my set 3, and we see that all the elements in first set but not in second sets. So this is only I, so we just see the I here, and we can see the unique elements in my set second or my set third or both, and we are going to show this in this way. In my set 3, and we see the unique elements C, A, O, I, U, I, and this is our unique elements in set 1 or set second or both. So we can see the elements in both 2 sets. So we can see here So E, O, C, and K included in both sets. These elements included in both sets. And this was how to create sets in Python. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.